Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Posture Tonic. My name is Jacinta. In today's video, I'm going to take you through some exercises to help with low back pain. So if you're like in acute phase or symptoms of low back pain, these exercises should be fairly suitable for you. We're going to keep things quite low range, low impact. But as always, please have yourself checked out by a physiotherapist or doctor to ensure that these exercises are suitable for you. Today I'm going to use a TheraBand and a spiky ball. So if you don't happen to have a spiky ball, you could replace this with a tennis ball, a lacrosse ball, but this one's going to really release around the hips here. So yes, today's program, we're going to open up the hips, get a little bit mobility through the low back, stay in a fairly neutral spine through most of those exercises, but really just trying to encourage a little bit of movement within your range and pain limits. Okay, so I've got a little bit of a flare up happening right now, so I'm going to be a little bit delicate. Take it at your own pace. We're going to go 45 seconds on and then a 15-second rest so I can introduce the next exercise. So when you're ready, we're going to begin in a 4-point kneel for our cat-cow. So we'll begin in 10 seconds. Hands stacked underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hip line, and we'll just be rolling through the spine in our flexion extension. So when you're ready, let's begin to curl the back slightly up towards the ceiling, and then gently lower the chest down, bringing your eye gaze slightly forward of your mat. So take these relatively small and just move within your limits. So a little bit smaller perhaps than you're used to on your good day. Of course, all of these exercises can be done even if you don't have low back pain, and just to really get you optimally moving, as I said, it's going to open your hips up, release the lower back, so all around good movements here. We've got another 8 seconds. Maybe we're rounding through the spine a little bit more, if that feels comfortable. All right, grabbing your TheraBand here for our mermaid stretch. We're going to extend your right leg out long. You're kneeling onto your TheraBand with your left knee, and you're holding onto the band with your left hand. Pressing the hips forward, we're reaching the left arm up to the sky, and then taking a side lean over towards that straight leg here, and then coming back through to neutral. If it feels okay, we're going to take that mermaid stretch to the other side, reaching the right arm up and over. If this isn't for you today, you can just stay with that left arm reaching up high. You've got that resistance of the band, so we're trying to really lengthen up and away. Getting that nice QL stretch all through that side waist here as well. Really good. Take it slow, breathing into that stretch. Well done. This is your last one. We're going to release that TheraBand here. We won't need it now for this one. An inner thigh stretch. So keeping that right leg extended, hands just come out in front of you. Tuck that back toe under. We're just going to rock those hips back and forward. So stay in a neutral spine here, meaning that natural curvature of your spine. So no rounding or arching. You've got those abs gently drawing in, and you're rocking those hips back, feeling a stretch through the inside of that right leg. You can make this more intense if you want those toes up towards the sky a little bit more. Breathing out as we rock back. Good, really releasing around those inner thigh hip muscles. Good, and take a rest. From here, we're going to come into a glute stretch. So we'll just place that band out of the way. Carefully lay down onto your back here. We're going to cross your left leg over the right thigh, drawing the thigh in towards you if that feels comfortable, or you can leave the right foot on the ground, pressing the knee away, or again, hugging that right leg in to feel an increased stretch. I'm just going to breathe into this stretch here. Good. So often those glutes are going to really tighten up, maybe a bit of a spasm if your low back is a bit painful, just as a protective mechanism. So let's just give those glutes a little bit of a tension here. You can of course do this in a seated position with the same cross leg action. All right, we're gonna grab your spiky ball. We're gonna roll out your glutes for 45 seconds. So placing this ball underneath that left glute cheek, and we're gonna put some weight into it. And when you're ready, let's start rolling out through the glute, finding areas that are particularly tight. So if you feel a bit of a tight spot, we're gonna stay there, sink a little bit more if that feels okay. Maybe some cross fiber going back and forth, or taking it into your glute stretch whilst you roll it out. This is of course the more increased or intense variation. You can focus up around the side of your hip here. Well done. That torture is done for now. We're going to grab your band and come into a hamstring stretch. So taking that supine position on your back, we're then going to take your left foot carefully up into the band and gently reaching the heel up towards the sky. So keeping a soft bend through the knee for now. We can start to increase it as we sink into this stretch. Options with that supportive leg on the ground, either keeping it here or extending it long. And maybe a few bend and extends through the knee, really reaching up through that heel to lengthen down the back of the leg to offload the glute and the low back. And release. Carefully coming up. Let's go to the other side for your mermaid now. So let's just lengthen that band out. And we're going to extend your left leg long. Right hand goes into that TheraBand, pressing the hips forward. It's that lift up first, and then sliding over towards your straightened left leg. Beautiful, coming back through the middle, maybe allowing for that stretch to continue over to the other side. Really getting through that hip area at the top, so that QL, bit of lats as we reach up and over. See if we can get a little bit further as we inhale. Exhale to reach over a little bit more. Well done. Let's go for one more reach, reach, reach. And let's place that band down. Hands come to the floor. We're going to come into our inner thigh rock. So keeping the left leg extended. Keeping that neutral spine here as well. Maybe it feels good to have a very slight tuck under of your tailbone. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see. We're taking the hips back, finding a stretch through that left inner thigh and then rocking forward. So coming in and out of that stretch dynamically. We're on our backs in 5. We're going to take that glute stretch in 1. All right, so again, carefully coming all the way down. Let's just cross your right leg over this time. Again, you can stay seated up or take it to the floor. So in a cross-legged position here, focusing on getting length through that right glute. So I'm going to take my left knee in a little bit closer towards me, interlacing the fingers onto the shin. And just breathing into that outer hip. Your spine's in that neutral, melting the ribs down. towards the end of this stretch, you're going to see if you can pull it in a little bit more. You're going to grab that TheraBand, sorry, our spiky ball, aren't we? Up for our massage on the glutes. 2 in 1. Okay, so let's grab your spiky ball or tennis ball, whatever you're using. Placing it underneath the right glute. And let's sink into it, guys. Let's start rocking and rolling on that ball here, focusing on those tight areas, releasing the muscle. Okay, awesome job. You're done with that spiky ball. We're back into our hamstring stretch on that right leg. All right, so placing that band, of course, onto the arch of that foot, extending the leg carefully up to the sky. I'm going to keep that left leg bent, option extending it long. So just holding in this stretch or slight bend and extend of the leg. Each time you extend though, we're reaching the heel up, up, up. And finding that length through the entire back leg. Inhale to bend if you're bending, exhale, extend. And release. Stay on your back here. We're just going to do a little bit of deep abdominal work here, which will help again kind of offload the low back. So you're staying down with your feet train track distance apart here. Feet are flat, arms down by your side. We're going to open out one knee to the side just slightly and then drawing it back into midline. So alternating the sides, opening out through that knee, bringing it back in. The aim here is to keep those hip bones shining up towards the sky, and we're using an inhale to open, breath out to deepen through that core to draw back in. You'll find that you'll be able to open that knee out a little bit more as we progress into it. Breathing out, belly button scoops down and up. We've got a bit of control around the pelvis here to keep steady. Amazing. Let's take it into a 4-point kneel here now. So slowly come on up. This is for our bird dog. One more ab exercise here. So hands underneath those shoulders once again. Keeping a neutral spine here, sliding the right leg away, and if it feels okay, lifting it up towards the sky or in line with your hip. Return the knee back in and alternate with the other leg. You can either stay here or add on with an alternating opposite arm reach. And it's all about that core. So scoop it in, breathing out, breathing in to come back to center. Only taking the leg up as high as you can that feels comfortable through the lower back. Let's lift up through those abs. It's more around trying to keep control through the pelvis and those abs rather than the squeeze through those glutes. So stay here. We're going to finish with our cat-cow to see if we've created a little bit more movement in that lower back. So let's stay here. And in 5, we get ready. So breathe out, tucking the tailbone under, rounding through that spine, lifting that breastbone up. Amazing, and then alternating reverse. So chest comes down. Again, moving within your pain limits. Maybe, hopefully, we're finding a little bit more movement. Maybe not as much as you'd expect. It can be small. Each kind of movement, I guess, adds to that quality of movement. We've got last 3, 2, and 1. Well done, guys. I hope that things start to improve. Again, revisit this video at any stage that you might need it. And of course, yeah, use this workout or these exercises for a pre-warm-up before a more intense workout as well if you're at that stage. But otherwise, yeah, let me know how you went in the comments below. Give this video a like and don't forget to hit subscribe to help support my channel. And I'll see you back here for another workout really soon.